welcome. I was introduced to Poll Everywhere through an AP Chemistry forum that I belong to, where they suggested that it would be really good to use this to assess multiple choice questions. Multiple choice makes up a big part of the AP exam, so I used this last year with my students, my AP students, where I would post up an AP style question with the responses, and it's a voting system. They can vote, and it's immediate. I'll show you it in a second, but it shows you immediately their responses, like a big graph that comes up on the screen. And then I thought, well, how can I use this with my regular chemistry class too? So I decided to adapt it a little and use it as to find out some information before, what do they know, and then again at the end of the class, did I get the point across? So you can have a quick assessment at the start of class. Sorry, thank you. Quick assessment at the beginning of class, just by running a poll, and this is what it looks like online. So the question that I asked my student, actually I took this poll this morning, I'm able to explain what an isotope is, and I've split it out into separate classes because it only allows you to have 32 votes maximum. And so it was very simple. 38% thought they could, and we covered this very briefly in the class before. So it was, you know, did they remember anything over the weekend, basically? And so maybe, you know, we had half of the class thought that they probably could, but they might need to look up their notes. And we had 10% that said, nope, they had no idea. So, and then we can, well, it gives you instant formative feedback. It told me where I needed to make adjustments in the lesson as I went along. Okay, there are multiple ways that they can vote, and this is the reason I like it. They can text in an answer, but unfortunately I don't have cell phone service in my room, so we use the other methods. There's a web tool where they can just type in the number, and it shows the response that you actually saw on the screen. Those were all web tool votes this morning. But the ones that the students really like is Twitter. They can tweet their response, and they love it. I don't use Twitter, but seeing what they do with Twitter is making me want to start using it. And this is what it looks like to them. They see this on the screen, they can text the keyword, and the keyword actually happens to be a number. If you pay to use this site, you can change the number to actually say a word to make it easier for them. But they're very, very quick at figuring it out. This is the number that I need to send, and they love seeing the results instantly. Just why I like it, yeah. So then you proceed with your class as usual, using all of these Web 2.0 tools, of course. And at the end of class, you can say, well, did we really get the point across? Have we moved forward? And so you poll them again, and this is the before and after. And you can see after, thankfully, we have most of our students who say yes. Still a couple who said that they thought they needed to review a little, and one student did say to me, I typed in the wrong number, I'm fine. And these are students. You're always going to get one or two who think, let's see what happens if I put no. And so, but I've always told them, if you really, if no was really your answer, then please come see me at the end and we'll talk about it. But happy students, they've had fun, they feel accomplished, and happy students makes for happy teachers. And it's very, very fast, very quick. I don't always do two, I don't always do a beginning and an end. Sometimes I'll just do an end. We talked today in class about maybe using this for homework too, so maybe they could have a question that they vote in from home, so they won't see the actual responses, but we could discuss it in class the next time. So this is something that I asked them, how they thought we could change this and move it forward. So that's Poll Everywhere.
And Joe and I had talked about her use of this, and this was something that she really kind of came into kind of with an idea of this is what I'm looking for, how will this tool work? And it seems as we've talked through this process, it's ongoing. So for kind of an entry-exit ticket strategy, it definitely seems to be something that has some usability in her class. It also allows students to access, and the question that comes up a lot of times from folks is, well, we don't allow cell phones in our classroom. But it forces us to rethink, as Gary Stager asked us to do, you know, how we put technology in students' hands, let's put it to use. And though texting doesn't, or using of cell phones doesn't work necessarily in her class, it still is an access point for students to be assessed at home. So she's going to be trying out some homework and some other ideas with it. So that's that. Thank you. Next I have Colleen Galloway from our Social Studies department. And she